a very famous quote from Rabbi Israel from Salant. I taught that already a few times. Is that when a person gives from himself, whether it's money, time, assistance, whatever it is, and he helps other people, two things happen. First of all, he removes from himself judgments. And more than that, when comes Rosh Hashanah, Hashem gives that person way more than what he deserves. So I will say it again. When a person gives from himself, it can be with money, it can be from time, with your expertise, whatever it is. When you give others, when others depend on you, first of all, you remove judgments from yourself. And more than that, when comes Rosh Hashanah, which happens to be in our situation in a few days, then Hashem gives that person much more than what he deserves. Why? Because other people need him. So we want to adopt that not only because it's Rosh Hashanah in 3 days, and more 3 days, 4 days from Rosh Hashanah. You want to adopt that not because Rosh Hashanah is around the corner, is because the main part of my tshuva is not only to think of myself, is to think of other people. And when I think of other people, then the Kadosh Baruch Hu is focused on what I'm doing for others. Instead of focusing on what I'm doing, whether it's good or bad, but you constantly want to direct the focus of Hashem, or Chas v'Shalom, the prosecutor that is against you, to what you're doing to other people. Because when people depend on you, then you can't be punished. If people depend on your money, if you feed families with your donations, you think Hashem is going to Chas v'Shalom take away your parnasah? He says, no, I can't take the parnasah because it's going to affect many people. Now this is not a loophole for somebody to say, oh really? So let me give a lot of money to poor people and I will do tons of sins, but Hashem is not going to hurt me because I support others. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that you have to be good. You still have to do tshuva. You still have to follow the Torah. You still have to do what the Torah tells you. But as a bonus, you want to get the spotlight off you when you're doing sins, because we all do sins, then you have to help other people. Now, the best way of doing it is you do it beyond the letter of the law, and you're doing it not to expect anything. It's to help other people. It's to give from yourself, whether it's your money or your time, your house, your car, whatever it is, your knowledge. But more than that, you want to do that because, like I told you, the Kadosh Baruch Hu removes judgments from you, and when comes Rosh Hashanah, he gives you much more than what you deserve, only because people need you. So a big part of your tshuva is not only to think of yourself, is how am I helping others? How am I helping others to do tshuva? How am I helping others to be happy, to have a good life, whatever it is. And when you do that, you're already taking your tshuva to a completely different level, that you're thinking of others and not only of yourself. And you're thinking, how can I benefit other people? In the back of your mind, you can say, yeah, and Bezrat Hashem, I will be blessed because of that. So that's a good thing to take on yourself, especially now before Rosh Hashanah, because on Rosh Hashanah you will be blessed more than what you're supposed to. But that action should remain with you throughout the entire year, that I should constantly need to focus on what can I do for other people, because that really is one of the greatest part of doing tshuva, is how you benefit other people and you make other people happier, better, their life is better. And by default, you will be rewarded for that with getting much more than what you deserve. But once you do that for the sake of giving and bettering other people's life, they're not only thinking of themselves. But now is a perfect time to take on yourself this type of attitude, because Rosh Hashanah is coming up and you definitely want to remove judgments from you, and you definitely want to add, to receive more than what you're supposed to, more than what you deserve. But besides doing it before Rosh Hashanah, you want to do it on a regular basis. Why? Because the Kadosh Baruch Hu constantly loves when you do for others. Somebody once asked me, I'll tell you a quick story. And one time a lady came to us in the middle of the night, one of our students, and woke us up 1 o'clock in the morning. Her husband was beating her up. She ran away with the baby. And we gave her refuge. And of course the husband were looking for her and calling and threatening. And the police came over. And there was a whole scene. And of course she was afraid to go to home. So she slept over on our couch. And my wife and me were up all night. And we had this lady and her little kid sleeping on our couch. In the morning I had a meeting and I had to push over the meeting. And when I met the person later on, he told me, why'd you push over the meeting? So I told him, no, some lady came to us at night. And I told him a little bit of the story. And he's looking at me and he's like, it doesn't bother you that a woman comes to your house at 1 o'clock in the morning, bangs on the door, asks for refuge, the husband is threatening you, police is outside in your house, and then she sleeps. It doesn't bother you? So I told him it doesn't bother me at all, because I rather deal with other people's problems than deal with my own problems. And when you deal with other people's problems, then Hashem says, I'll take care of your problems. So start dealing with other people's problems, making people's lives a much better life. That Hashem says, you taking care of other people, I'll take care of you.